Devon and Larratt spent a few days training with Brian Shaw, and they just dropped a new video. And in this video, they did their pronation lift and training, but they were learning or teaching Brian how to press, which is very interesting. A few days ago on a Fix episode, I had a talk with Neil Pickup, and Neil's preparing Eddie for their upcoming super match. So if you don't know, Eddie Hall is going to face Brian Shaw and King of the Table 13, December 14th. So all the information you can find in the description. If you want to be there, watch it, or watch it live on pay-per-view. So Neil was giving high praise how well Eddie moves and transitions to a press and presses.
Ever seen a big man in my 5 training sessions on the table, lasting an hour and 30 minutes at max. The guy is moving as well as I've ever seen a big man in my 38 years of arm wrestling. That's a fact. The dude is moving extremely well and extremely quick. We had the Claymore downwards last night, and he was shocked. James, I think you're in the comments, mate. Just put us a comment in there, James Stewart, if you are still in there. You were with Eddie. How's that kid moving? Believe me, Ray, lad is moving well. And anybody out there that thinks he's not interested in arm wrestling, also, you're kidding yourself. Eddie is very, very interested in arm wrestling.
Which was very intriguing to me, as it's something, for beginners, we kind of try to stay away, but you want to win the match anyway. And the same thing Larratt's were doing with Brian Shaw. And let's check it out. How does he looks? They haven't posted a video of Eddie pressing and moving through the presses yet, but as soon as they do, I might react to that well and see how do they compare with each other.
Yes. Good. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to do something just a little bit more too. So we've shown you the top row.
Yep.
The high hook.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to start to think about the possibility of moving forward.
Okay.
Okay.
So for some, it might not sound very complicated, but when you spend a lot of time doing one kind of movement, going backwards, especially if you're not very young, if you work with beginners or juniors or youth, and everyone knows this, it's easier to teach movements as well as learn a lot of different things when you're younger, because brain is more plastic and you can go through different things. Brian comes in, I don't know how old he is, close to his 40s, something like that. So it's very hard for him to kind of transition from one thing to another. And we see this here. Plus, if you're used to doing one kind of movements, just lift, just walk, just hold, just do, right? And arm wrestling, then you have all this. The same would be as if you go to, like, say, jiu-jitsu or something like that. But in arm wrestling, you will learn those things. You will learn. Will you be able to do them on the table? Will it feel okay? That's, many different variables will tell if it's possible. But learning just comes with doing. And I think Devon is going to give him an intro how to do it.
What I want you to do, here we take a grip. What I want you to do, I want you to lift your arm, lift your elbow. Lift your elbow up like, just relax. Lift it like this. And I want you to curl around my arm. Yes, okay. And now I want you to just control all this. Bring your elbow back on the pad. Yes, and there, just lean forward. Yes. Yeah, again, lean forward. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So the way that Devon explained it, easiest variation to understand, it's like, because a lot of people think it's press, and it's just like you hold on and you press something. When you have a good press with your hand, when your hand is strong enough, you cut in their arm. So every press is attack on the bicep. You want to get here and you want to press it down, either if you have the wrist or with the flop wrist. So either you're here or here, but all you want to do is literally knife at 90-degree angle and drop it down. That's what you want to do. And his explanation is literally doing this. So you're going to go here and you press down like this. You're not just going sideways. You're not doing this. All those things are like, you can do it like that, but to understand it better, where you have to position yourself and put the pressure on, I think this works pretty good.
Come right at me with your shoulder.
And then understanding
Press,
to
okay.
put the shoulder behind, because with your arm, you're not trying to do this, you're not trying to do this. You can move everything. If you see how like Camille and Jerry has great setups where they set up the shoulders really high and behind their arm, and all they want to do is bring it forward. If they bring their shoulder forward, the arm, you see me moving like this. I don't even have to do anything with my arm. It's just gonna do it. So you just have to be strong enough to stay in those positions.
Yeah. How's this feel? Yeah. Yeah. Now depth is super important. And this is why I'm saying rise up and cut across, okay? Very gently, I'm gonna do this, okay? If I'm gonna press you, okay, I need depth. Got it. And I'm gonna wanna force across so that what you feel when I say go, feel this, how I'm returning. I'm gonna stay here. Feel my shoulder. Yep. I'm gonna make sure that you can't get your shoulder involved. Okay. If you top roll me, I'm gonna snatch you down. Okay. Yeah. Nice and deep, nice and high. Lift your arm right up. Lift your elbow right up. And get this. See this depth here? This is important. See this part? I want this to be deeper. Watch when I do.
Yeah, most pressers, when you're trying to keep your hand, you want to get as deep as possible. So you're coming forward to your opponent. So this is why sometimes you don't care that much about height. You don't care that much about hand control. And you will see pressers will start with the wristband back if they can, because they don't really fight for that. Depends on the presser. But if you're deeper, you can kind of get all this. You want to get from your small finger all the way down to your arm and kind of put it on your opponent's arm. Literally, if you can sit down and put your shoulder behind it, perfect. It's going to be very hard for them to get out.
Do it. Okay, here. Okay, see me push. Yep. See here, it's shallow, it's deep. Seal. Okay, return. Okay. Yeah, nice and deep. And when you get deep, you can kick back your wrist for more depth. So here. I want you, when you push, give it away.
So what Devon is saying, when you push, you're literally kind of doing this. So you push and you do this, and then you will have a little bit more. And because you don't want to push and everything stays on the same position. If you can get that, you're going to get more depth.
Does it feel right?
It feels okay.
Yeah,
I gotta find that right position.
Yeah, I want you to take in all aspects. So look at this is a shoulder move forward, but I'm always a little bit of tension with my bicep too. Even when I'm ready, you notice here how when I'm coming forward, this is me coming forward.
Yep.
See this tension?
Yep.
I'm also pulling up with my bicep. That way I just take up all the slack. See, I'm pushing, but there's pressure here as well. Do you see the absurd amount of depth?
It's crazy. Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you're kind of
That's it.
still pulling.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, but do you feel a difference?
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah. Engage that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now there's nastier stuff you can do. When you lift your elbow, okay? That's why everybody's like, elbows down, right? Because as soon as I lift, I'm getting depth.
Makes sense.
I'm getting depth. That's why I lift my elbow, so I can get depth, so I can get more around, so I can seal better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Protects your wrist. Right. Yes. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. Now, when you grab like that, make sure there's a little bit of bicep involved. Yeah, that's it. And if
So that's where the bicep involved means like you kind of a little bit hooking. So you want to keep this tight. The idea is like if I'm pressing here, okay, if I'm pressing here, it's fine. More open I am, harder it is for me to press. And you will know like, further you are away from your shoulder, from your center line, harder it gets. So this is why you will see if you're facing a presser, you want to break it. You want to get them outside their shoulder and away from their arm as far. Then you have a good chance. If you allow them just to sit on you, bad day, very bad day.
If you want to get nasty, lift your elbow. Lift your elbow. Yeah, lift your elbow. And I don't just mean lift your elbow. I mean, this is lifting your elbow.
Yeah.
This is really
getting out.
See here, watch us feel this.
Okay.
I lift my elbow and I'm punching my chest across.
Got it.
Okay? Yeah. Oh, make the skin slip. Get more around me. That's it. Now we're getting somewhere. Now you feel that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That's the feeling.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're getting so far around me. See, one of the things is you want control of your wrist.
Yeah.
Right? This is marginal control. Better. You know, until I'm like just
Over the top.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yes.
Devon is explaining this perfectly, and of course he is. More deeper you are, deeper your opponent is in your arm, the shittier day they're gonna have. Because like the pressure, all they want. If I'm here and everything is in my arm, I have the best day ever. It's gonna be very hard for someone to break it. You need super strong biceps, side, everything. Because I'm taking most things away, and I'm not fighting for the things that they might want. They might want that hand control and pronator and whatever, and I'm giving it away. I'm here, but I'm getting all this. So Devon explaining very well here.
Good. Higher and deeper. Lift the elbow. That's it. Punch across. Punch up. Like, that's it.
The only thing is like understanding positioning of the hand is great, but like you will not be able to do it all the time and that much, right? The understanding the movement, in my opinion, would be more important here.
Lift that elbow up. Punch across. Yeah. Lift the elbow. Lift the elbow to the side. That's the one I'm looking for.
And I would say while lifting the elbow, sometimes your opponent will give you a hard time. Be like, keep his elbow down. You can always be like, he's pulling me off. He's doing back pressure. I have to lift my elbow. I have to. As long as you're going to talk and explain why you're doing
What's
it,
going on?
then the refs aren't going to just foul you. Because you can be like, he's pulling me back. I have to lift the elbow.
Sure. So you kind of fight the game.
That's the cheat code to whatever I said.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So this is a little bit of strap. Okay. Introduction to inside arm wrestling. A little bit, refresher there. You're going to be top rolling. You're going to be high hooking. It's just all these pieces got to fit together.
Sure.
The more you can press, the more you can top roll.
Right or left?
Whatever you want. I'll just show.
Okay, let's do right.
Okay. A big thing about the press is, at least for me, is I don't often start in the press, but I get there a lot in the match. So I would say go for hand control, go for wrist control, regular stuff you've been doing the whole time.
Yep.
And from there, how to set the press, I'll show you that. So the easiest things to do is say I was to blast here and I got a little bit of hand and I couldn't really finish. I could hit and come up into the press.
So you brought that shoulder.
Yeah. So I would hit and like the supination regrip we were doing,
Yep.
but just all the way. I'd hit and I'm really coming up. And then from here, I can crack.
Yeah, Alan's onto something like, and we see this many, many times. First of all, if you're a top roller and you have a press, you are very dangerous because not a lot of people have it. And top rollers, because they take the hand and they're fighting for the height, right? They might stuck in a position where they can't finish the match and eventually die out. We see it a lot of times. So you need to transition to a press. There's people that just do it instinctively and perfectly. Hermes is the best example, from my opinion. It's hard for him to do it from the go, but if he match stops, he can transition. Like Giannis has done it so many times. And best top rollers, best pullers, you need it in your arsenal because you will get stuck sometimes when you're pulling someone that has that great bicep hold or just like can give up their wrist but keep they give up their hand but keep the wrist high enough where you have to fight for it. And yeah, let's see how Brian does it.
Crash down. And you, like the biceps staying active the entire time. So you hit,
So he comes.
and it stops and you go for a regrip, but commit the shoulder while you do it.
Keep pulling up more. The whole time you're moving into it, don't be like here and thinking you're gonna press from here. Here, pull up, press.
Too close.
Good top roll, good top. That's it. Pull it close. That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
And stand up higher. That's it.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Stand up nice and tall. Nice and tall.
Got it.
Because like that.
Yes.
There you go. That's
Like, I do believe he feels uncomfortable there, and it's not natural because he's setting him shoulder back, and then he has to reset it. And as a beginner, what you need to do is keep the tension. If I'm top rolling here, right, and then I want to come back with my shoulder, I still need to keep all the tension here. It's not that I'm pulling here and then kind of letting go. No, you get it there. You can regrip, but you keep the tension. That's the point where you stop the match. So you keep the tension and you come over with the shoulder. And he doesn't look very comfortable there.
Yes.
First
And
time
stand up
trying.
higher. That's it.
Yeah, like that.
Yes.
There you go. That's
Stand up nice
Yeah.
and tall. Nice and tall.
Got it.
Because you want to do it.
Pressers are tall. It's really hard for a short guy to press well.
So get back up on top.
Big. crowd.
Big.
You can even like approach the center, right? They
Yeah. Like when I used to press, I don't press much now, but when I used to press, I used riser, not because I need it, because it gave me more height. I can stand up way taller for some reason. Nothing really changes, but I feel like I have, and then I can drop down and put my shoulder not only like coming it forward, but also from height down. So you kind of have those two tension points. Same as top rollers will have the rise and the back pressure. So they're going up and backwards, right? So a presser is coming like forward and down. So you're having those 2 points. So yeah, if you're a tall guy, if you can press, that's good. I think for Brian, yeah, top roll is definitely the answer now. Press is something we're trying to get rid of beginners as they start to arm wrestle because everyone kind of wants to just push their shoulder in, and that's how you get injured. But it's good to see him progressing. I'm very interested in Brian because I do believe there is a potential there. And if he's interested and he falls in love with arm wrestling, if he thinks like, wakes up in the morning and thinks like, oh, practice is tomorrow, I can't wait to get to the practice, then we'll have a Titan. Then for real, we'll have a Titan. Until then, he can do it and try to understand it, and he will beat, I think, a lot of people very, very soon because of his size. Being big definitely helps. King of Table 13, can't wait to see him. I'm trying to get a podcast with him also, maybe. So stay tuned, subscribe, I guess so. I want to see how Eddie moves now, and then just to put these together, is there an option? Because I do feel like Devon said, you're gonna top roll with Eddie, and he definitely will, and he definitely should. Um, Inside is really not that good for beginners, and for someone his size, top roll helps. It's much easier. Look at the size of that man, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling.